Okay, last take I interrupted myself, so I'm on a really good roll with this. I've got this YouTuber thing down pat. Okay, so I should really get into the topic of this video, which is my CD collection. I'm slightly a hoarder when it comes to musical entities. And by musical entities, I do not mean instruments. I mean, like, I don't know. We'll just start off at the top for this, like, thing. Like, by musical entities, I mean, like, Cats the Musical. It's the first one I've got. Oh, look, a little bit of Inception. Now you know how I record these videos. Anyway, so yeah, Cats the Musical is the first one. It's only Act 1, so I'm just gonna sit here smiling through my pain of only having, like, half of a Broadway album. How could I? Anyway, so the next one is an Ed Sheeran one. I have no idea what this is called. The Orange Album? I guess? Yeah, we'll just do what the Beatles did. We'll call it something it's actually kind of not called. So that's the Orange Album. Like the White Album. Dude, I should just, like, become a musical artist and have an album that's just, like, black. It'll be called the Black Album. I'll be like the one that names albums after colors. Except I won't use, like, orange or white, as they've already been used by the Beatles and Ed Sheeran. Okay. So the next one is Blue Wild Angel, Jimi Hendrix, live at the Isle of Wight. This has All Along the Watchtower on it. And Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So you know it's good. I actually have those two songs on record. Like, literally. Because I have John Wesley Harding and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Both are original 1967 releases, so I got that under my belt. Okay. Next one I have is The Animals, which is also, like, brand new. I've personally never played it yet. And it already has this ginormous crack in it because it fell. I was moving my room around and it fell. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, no, I got this one for Christmas. I was like, what the fuck? But no, actually, this should be it should be 3 consecutive Beach Boys. I have the Beach Boys greatest hits, which I already have, like, 19 of these songs on 2 different albums. Alright, so next up is Green Day, American Idiot, which is brand new, never been wrecked. And then I have Vessel by 21 Pilots, copy number 2, never been opened because it's copy number 2. It has not been wrecked yet. There's always hope for when I move this stuff around again. But when I move my room around again, I'm going to not have my records, or not have my album. I'm not going to have my CDs sitting on top of my bookshelf like the idiot I was when I was moving these around. My mom was never like, you should move your CDs off of the thing because you're going to end up bawling your eyes out when they fall. True story, though. Alright, next up we have the Beach Boys. Well, there's no fixing that. You can kind of see the CD. So this is the Beach Boys. Here are their faces. Look at Dennis right there. That's Dennis. He's my favorite. Literally no idea why. He's literally the reason they know Charles Manson. Yeah. My choices in role models and people to love are... they're kind of like, what the fuck sometimes. Just roll with it. Anyway, the next one is, again, the Beach Boys. Sons of Summer. Which I have, like, all 30 of these songs on like 3-4 other albums. I'm counting my records, which I should have in like the first 2 ones, but okay. Now we're getting into a little bit of an older realm. This is literally as old as my music gets, like physically old. I have Buddy Holly. Like, this is 50s. Nothing else goes 50s. I Get 20s inspired for like an album, but that was because the movie took place in the 20s. So like, yeah, okay. The next one is an essential album, which is somehow broken. A little. I don't know why, and I don't know how. But I have the essential Bob Dylan in it. I feel like it kind of broke. But then again, I feel like some records are just like naturally kind of bouncy like this. I should stop before I actually break it and like die from breaking Bob Dylan. But yeah, it's Bob Dylan. Okay. So I have this album on record as an original release, and the artist is literally in the background, like right there. And it just so happens that it is that picture hanging on my calendar is the exact, like, for this next one, because I have the 2-disc anniversary edition of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This is how I listened to the Beatles over the summer, before my record player and my adoption of those records that I now have. That's right, I adopted all the records I have. Alright, so now we get into a little bit of deep emo. With Paramore's Riot. 2007, eh? It's like 11 years ago. Sorry, my brother and my foot. Alright, so then I have Vessel, 21 Pilots. You already saw the cover for that from the one after Green Day. Panic at the Disco, 2007. I noticed that a lot of this gets to like 2007. Now it's time for a beautiful masterpiece I like to call Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I actually bought this with my own money. Well, I had to pay my mom back $1 because she gave me $1 for going over so I could cover the tax, because I had no idea how much it actually was. So, yeah. No, that's not where it goes. Come on, right in between Panic and Panic. Alright, so now we have another Panic at the Disco album. It's called Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die. It's my baby. This is literally going to be like 10 minutes long, just about my record collection. Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to do this. Ah, my foot's asleep. My whole leg is asleep, actually. Like, from my foot to my calf. It's like mini. It's like all asleep. Okay. Next up is From Under the Cork Tree. Fall Out Boy. Because who would have guessed that the emo side of me had such, like, more of a... I really hate that I can't get these in. There we go. Yeah, the emo side of me has, like, a hold of all my CDs. Well, from, like, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band up is, like, old stuff. But from that down, with the exception of 3 of them, it's, like, all, like, emo and rock and roll. Okay, next one is Youth Authority by Good Charlotte. I got it when it was a new thing. I actually forgot when this was a new thing. Probably like 2016, so it's like 2 years old. Okay, like I have to. My camera holding hand gets a little exercise by helping my free hand do this. Okay. Next up, once again, is Fall Out Boy. Because believers never die. It's kind of true. I'd like to think I'm never gonna die. I am going to die, but... Okay. Next up is 21 Pilots' Blurry Face, which actually has, like, Tear in My Heart. So it has some decent music on it. Only rap I'll listen to. Alright, next up is Kansas. I actually have one of their records. I have Leftover Tour, which means I have Carry On My Wayward Son. Naturally. Oh, and Cheyenne Anthem, which is one of my favorite songs, but it's not on here. But Dust in the Wind and Fight Fire with Fire are. So, yep. Okay, the next one is Death of a Bachelor. I forgot how the song goes. It's been a while. So yeah, I have this. I got it for my birthday. Which is how I also got Kansas. I think I was in 9th grade. Maybe 10th? Not too sure. Actually, no, it was definitely 9th grade. Okay. So, this next one is another soundtrack. I only have 2 soundtracks. 3 if you count Act 1 of Cats. So, this one is Dirty Dancing. Because of course it is. The 80s side of me is like, yeah, anyway, okay, so, that's 80s. Next up, we have another Fall Out Boy album. I have way too much Fall Out Boy. Like, I'm just realizing this. The amount of Fall Out Boy I actually, got is, wow. Okay, so the next one is my very first Ed Sheeran album. I only have 2. This one and the orange one. But I actually know what this one's called. This one is Multiply, so I'm guessing because the orange one is it has a math symbol on it. I believe it is called addition. I'm assuming that's what it's called. It might not actually be called that. I don't know. I'm not that big of a Cheerio anymore. Anyway, so the last one is one I've had for ever. Literally, I've had this for years. You're probably thinking it's some random obscure band like the Beatles. What are... Anyway. Or the Animals. I mean, they're pretty obscure. Just kidding. I have Big Time Rush. So it's not that obscure. Actually, none of my albums are obscure. Except for maybe Cats. Okay, this took way too long to actually film. And I don't want to do this again. So I'm not even going to, My brother's slight interruption had no impact on this. I'm gonna go now. Bye.